Hello everyone, GalacticStorm here. Welcome to the show. And yes, my voice has changed. My parents have gotten a new headset for me for Christmas. So, you're going to be expecting a whole bunch of commentaries through this, and I hope everyone enjoys it. So, what we're going to be talking about is the big release of Mortal Kombat 11. And it is a huge hit. It's probably, when I looked online, I heard on a website that it's the most sold Mortal Kombat game within its entire series. And that's going back in the 1990s too. So, yeah, you could say this is a very, very, very popular video game at the moment. And I've been playing this for at least a week or so now. And I've been getting the hang of some of the big characters, or a lot of the characters. But my mains, I would say, are Kotal Kahn, Jade, Sub-Zero, and Geras, so far. And I enjoy the gameplay while you're at it too. These are from all multiplayer games. I like how a lot of the stuff they put into the game. The story is definitely a very good improvement. It shows like a lot of the old characters that are coming back from different timelines and that. I'm not going to spoil anything, so don't worry about it. I tried a few chapters on it, and I think it was pretty good. I liked how, like in the regular towers, they brought back something similar to Choose Your Destiny, in which you can choose like 3 sets of towers, with 5 opponents, 8 opponents, and then like 12 opponents if you're being a bit kinky on that. I also really liked how they did the characters and their different costumes, and having their own abilities, which I think is I would say is the biggest thing about this, unlike the variations you get from MKX. But let's talk about some of the things I really like about this game first. So the things that I really like about the game so far is well, obviously for some of the starters, bringing back the Choose Your Destiny format. I think that was a pretty good thing. The crypt, however, is freaking insane, and I think it's definitely worth looking around and exploring. It is huge, and just to spoil it for you guys, it's basically Shang Tsung's island from the first Mortal Kombat game. And it shows a whole bunch of the battlegrounds that you fought in, the courtyard, Goro's lair, the pit, and even, if you guys remember this stage from MK1 Warrior Shrine, yeah, I think you'll be entertained by it. And you have to unlock it, getting items and such, like going to different places and that. I'm not going to go into details on what's going on. There are a lot of spoilers, mind you, on that. The story, I said, it's pretty good so far. I've only played a few chapters of the game. I'm pretty impressed by it so far. When it comes to the multiplayer, there's literally not much lag on this game. It's a huge improvement when it came to, I would say, like MK9 or MKX, because some of the times it's like really laggy, and it didn't make the game enjoyable. And I really liked how much of the details they put into the tutorials, especially some of the new movement systems in that. Instead of like the offensive, or not the offensive, defensive, you get this new, instead of like the X meter, or where you can get like these 3 tabs, and then just the X-ray, you get an offensive defensive meter. And you can use offensive meters for like enhancements, or defensive meters just to get out of situations. Like if you got into a combo, you could force yourself to fall down, and then have armor along with it so you don't get much damage. And you can just roll back and forth out of the situation too, which makes it unique. And some of the abilities uses both offensive and defensive meters too, which makes it interesting. And they recover very slowly too, and I'm starting to get the hang of it. But to be honest with you, I prefer more of the previous meters that they had. And yeah, I think with the lag too, it depends on the player too, because they might have horrible connection. Your connection might be really good, but the person that on your side is, well, it's not too much. I do like the abilities as well with a lot of the characters too. It really brings out like a big diversity when it comes to the other characters too, which I like a lot. Now, let's head towards the cons, shall we? Now, I really don't have much complaints when it comes to this game, but I do have a few that really stand out with this. First off is the Towers of Time. And my god, it's a pain in the fucking ass to do. You do have a lot of characters to go after. You do get rewards, consumables, and that. But it's just some of the stuff that makes it crazy. The characters, when you fight in the Towers of Time, have higher health, and you have to use these consumables, which is like a replacement to test your luck. You can use these items to give you health, have a character fight you in a battle, or assist you in a battle, or like some kind of special move comes in and helps you. And that's not even enough to stop some of these characters. You can get your ass floored by these guys, and it makes it complicated and just makes it complete and utter fucking bullshit. Although you do get some good rewards in the process, but it just takes so long, and every time you get your ass kicked, it's like you don't want to deal with it at the moment. And another thing that they promised that they were going to put away in this actually came back. It's the cryptocurrency on this thing. You could do it for like skipping matches, getting easy fatalities and that, so you don't have to push a whole bunch of buttons or just ignore a fight in like the Towers of Time or in the classic towers as mentioned. And you can buy like items such as consumables, costumes, and all that. Which, I mean, they didn't bring like loot boxes or anything, but they brought back the cryptocurrency, which is something that they said that they weren't going to do. And that's complete and utter fucking bullshit of NetherRealm. And another thing that I really don't like about this game is the tutorials. Don't get me wrong, the tutorials are pretty good, but there's just some that are just, I mean, they're just not working right. Especially like on some of the characters, like on Jax's grab. I did the move correctly, but apparently it was not, and it wasn't, I would say it wasn't complying or saying it was complete or anything of that matter. It did that with Baraka, and did the same thing with Collector when I was doing it. And with some of the combos in that too, you would have to be on fucking point to do a lot of these tutorials. And I got pissed when it came to like some of the first tutorials where you would have to juggle hit, in which you would have to, and I was doing it with Gears. I would have to uppercut, and then I would have, or not uppercut, but dive kick, and then I would have to hit the character a couple of times. And thanks to the movement of the character, I really couldn't do it in a faster time. But I was able to do it once I got to know a little bit more of the character further hand. But those were my complaints. I heard they were going to fix the Towers of Time, make it more forgiving and cranking down the difficulty and that. But yeah, those are my complaints. So overall, do I recommend Mortal Kombat 11? If you're into fighting games and that, and to be honest with you, I'm not a fighting game guy, I would definitely recommend it, especially now that there could be a whole bunch of DLC characters coming in the way. So I do recommend getting the Combat Pack while you're at it. So yeah, I definitely recommend this game, and probably one of the best Mortal Kombat games they've ever made. Thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to like, favorite, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and be sure to look at my Facebook page down below. And my machinima is not going to be coming out until later this month. I still got to get a lot of stuff done within the episode before doing the season finale. Until then, GalacticStorm saying, keep charging, bitches.
is near. Final round. Fight! Finish him!